Gamification in non-game businesses and apps. Research. Gamification is the use of game practices in a non-game setting, such as social media, brand websites, and non-game apps in general. Many different tactics are used by these companies to get the attention of the user and have them stay on their app. For this, the businesses use things like instant gratification, winning prizes, and limited time items to encourage the fear of missing out, maximizing the amount of time spent with the customer's focus on them and their app. For example, 80% of UK customers engage with brands through their mobile phones, according to the Marketing Store Worldwide, meaning that using gamification is a great move to encourage users to choose to spend their time on your app based off of their enjoyment. Once they are on there, it also increases the time that they spend on the app. It is extremely beneficial. A good thing about this topic is that because of the current use of gamification, I can get primary research from using the apps and experiencing the gamification uses firsthand. I also created a survey myself and asked people to answer it to the best of their ability. The people that took part in this survey are in communities that know of gamification through social media and other daily uses, so I was able to get informed information from them. Even those who didn't know what gamification was straight away still recalled being subject to it. Another good thing about the relevance of gamification in more recent times is that studies have been conducted to understand and show how the practices work. For example, approximately 80% of learners intake and retain more information if learnt through a gamified system. Case Study 1: McDonald's Monopoly. The McDonald's Monopoly event is a well-known event that pairs together the multi-million-dollar companies McDonald's and Monopoly, as said in the name. McDonald's Monopoly event first started in 1987, however it didn't become a recurring event until the 1990s. Since then, the event has evolved with more prizes and more ways to win, encouraging even more people to take part over the years. The premise is that certain products on the menu sold by McDonald's come with a sticker called a game piece. This game piece is then peeled off of a food container showing either one of the famous Monopoly board pieces, also known as properties, or a voucher for McDonald's that can be anything from a simple fruit bag all the way up to a full meal. When the customers collect all the properties in a coloured segment, then they win that specific prize. In 2022, the event once changed again. This time it was to include the McDonald's app with a double peel feature. When you entered a code on the physical stickers into the app, it would allow you to peel the stickers again for another chance to win a prize. For each prize, there is a certain percent chance of winning. There are more common pieces that can be found at every other visit, and then there are those that only have a few printed to limit the prizes won. Mayfair, for example, is one of these rare game pieces. If paired with Park Lane, its more common counterpart, the winner will get £100,000. There are only 5 available across the entire UK. 4 of these are physical stickers able to be won inside the fast food restaurants, and there's one left to be able to be won in the app. Gamification practices used by this event include collection, completion, achievements, instant gratification, competition, limited time, or fear of missing out, and social influence. Case Study 2: Duolingo. Duolingo is an educational app that has different courses to teach languages, maths, and music. It has been around since 2009, created by Louis van Ahn, a computer science professor at Carnegie Mellon University, and one of his graduate students, Severin Hacker. Louis van Ahn also invented the CAPTCHA, which is a system used worldwide to determine if the user is human or is a computer. This case study will be focusing on the more predominant language courses that they have, as they have been around the longest amount of time, and they are also what Duolingo is mostly known for. Duolingo boasts to have over 8 million users that have reached a streak of over 365 days of learning. These streaks have become Duolingo's most prominent feature, with people who haven't even used the app knowing of this gamification. A lot of the Duolingo aspect is social. You can be a part of leaderboards that run off of experience collection. These leaderboards are tiered bronze, silver, gold, and platinum. They are also divided so newer players are given a chance to win. Another social aspect is the friend streak. This streak is linked to you and a friend, meaning that you both have to partake in a lesson a day to count to move up. This encourages people more, as they don't want to be the person that ends the streak and lets their friends down. The lessons are all 5 minutes long to keep learners engaged and motivated with the learning material. This also promotes easier learning without feeling overwhelmed and allows more people to fit it into their busy schedules. Gamification practices used for this app are points and rewards, achievements, instant gratification like completing a section, competitions such as leaderboards and medal placements, limited time and lives, social influence such as linked friends, increasing difficulty, and daily challenges. Discussion. Gamification practices can be used in many different ways and are very effective methods for audience interaction and retainment. This shows in the fact that businesses that are vastly different, such as a fast food chain restaurant and a learning educational app, both use them and succeed. Because of the positive feedback on gamification, they are being used more and more, some in more obvious ways than others. Something important to look at is how the companies approach the method of gamification. For example, how often are they used and why? Is it only used in moderation for certain events like the McDonald's monopoly, or is it the focus of their entire structure like Duolingo? Does the premise work without it? For example, because of how often Duolingo uses it, would the app even exist without the gamification uses? What ethics are used about these practices? Do studies show that there are downsides, either in ethics or other issues that can lead to things like addiction and depression as a result? Key points. As mentioned earlier, a big key point is how multiple businesses and brands utilize gamification even though they may have vastly different causes. Studies show that gamification is a proven method to enhance points of the businesses, leading to more interaction. For example, an extension of the McDonald's Monopoly event being through the app, which uses even more gamification practices outside of the event. People are led there through the event and continue using it because of the gamification used. The statistics of gamification, such as effectiveness of learning, interaction, and retention, and the potential downsides that include talks of ethical worries. As mentioned previously, the fact that long exposure and use may lead to things like addiction and depression, seen in similar works such as gambling. Conclusion. In conclusion, gamification will continue to be used for many reasons. It has helped create opportunities for people to learn and retain way more information, which can be a struggle for many people, either with understanding or retention itself. Also, using gamification ultimately benefits the companies overall, either from a business efficiency or a monetary standpoint, with the pros heavily outweighing the cons, leaving both businesses and audience to have a positive relationship. Gamification is a way for businesses to creatively enhance the experience for customers to enjoy. This is a situation with no major loss, which is an incredible feat, and it will continue to be used as it is a benefit for the majority.